We're live. Yo, what's up? Let me get the chat over here. There we go. All right. I figured out the audio issues from the other day. I think everything is good now. I was getting some echo before because I had two mics running and but now we're good. And I'm way behind on editing, so I gotta get moving. So let's do this. We're editing the Frail episode of the new scene, which is going to come out Monday, and the Patreon is live, so if you're interested in that, hit the link at the bottom of the video or in the description of the video I just posted. There are 4 tiers of support for the Patreon, and there's a new podcast. The new podcast has just been posted on this channel. It is called That's Fair, and it features myself and Nathaniel Shannon, and we just talk about personal stuff, life stuff, music stuff. You know, it's a chance to dig in on the... Excuse me a second. Oh, that's good. It's a chance to dig in on the more personal aspects of our lives and just things we want to talk about. Because the new scene, I like it to be focused on the artist. I like to just stay out of it as much as possible. Focus on the artist, let the artist talk. That's Fair will be a chance for us to dig into more personal stuff. So, let's edit. We got to get moving. How's everything look? That's good. All right, here we go.
Band. Didn't matter. We always said yes. Like, it'd be like a Green Day cover bands, like only Green Day cover bands, and then us. And like, we would play. Like, we didn't care. Like, we were like, yes, please. And then like, if we could play a show later that day at like, I don't know, anywhere, someone's basement or some VFW or some church or what have you, we would. So it was funny because I remember at one point, like, I think we may have had a little burnout, and I remember like, it'd be great to have a weekend where we did nothing, you know, like, and then we're like, wait, what the fuck were we doing? Like, just sleeping or something? I don't know. We wouldn't be sleeping. We'd just probably be trying to like, oh, maybe we should play a show.
I do that every week. Every week I'm like, it would be great to have a day to just do nothing. And then a day comes where I don't have much to do and I'm like, I have to do something or I'm going to go crazy.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like, really, like, Frail was like, they were my friends. Like, I just wanted to hang out with them. So like, if we had to play a show, sure. Like,
that's the thing. That's the constant struggle for me is I'm busy with stuff all day, podcast, band, all day busy with creative stuff, which is exactly what I want to be doing. And I always think, oh yeah, I wish I had a day off, or I wish I had a day to just sit around and watch TV. I wish I had a day to do nothing. I don't actually want that, I found, because when I have a day to sit around and do nothing and watch a movie, I don't do it. I just make like reels or work on music or work out or something. So I understand what he's talking about. If you're that young and you have the opportunity to go out and play shows and out in the world, traveling, touring, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just do that all the time? It's fun. It's the most fun.
Like, let's get in the van and like, let's put together our equipment. Let's go crazy and fall down and have fun and just have a really like...
Take out some of this space.
Invigorate. Like, it was just, you know, it just was electric. It was really fun. Like, I don't know why you sometimes get tired and stuff, and it wasn't always easy. Like, you know, like, I think a lot of the times we were like, probably like, well, we're definitely malnourished. We benefited from Mike's mom, Ramona, like, probably funding everything that we did, because he didn't, you know, he wouldn't make any money. But
that's an interesting to think about. So much of my youth is forgotten. I'm 44 now, but when I was in my late teens, early 20s, did I eat? Did I eat 3 times a day? Did I eat enough? Was I eating enough? Probably not. Maybe I was eating once or twice a day. I always think about stuff like that. Like, how did I function? Did I wash my clothes? Did I wash my sheets every week? Did I go to the grocery store? Did I eat 2 meals a day, 3 meals a day? Did I tip enough? I don't know. I can't remember. But these are random things that I think about.
I don't know. The band, like, we just all had kind of like a bit of energy and we all wanted to do it. And particularly when we get together as kids and stuff, like, we were super just in.
We'll take out some of this space. I still have a while to go. This is an hour and 49 minutes so far. I'm only 24 minutes in. But there was a lot of time taken this week. A whole lot of time taken this week. Here, I'll take out this little clip here too. A whole lot of time taken this week getting the Patreon ready, which was a monumental effort. A lot of graphics to be done, a lot of site building. We recorded the new podcast. That had to be edited. Oh, right, I edited that whole thing. So maybe that's why I'm behind. And this brand new fancy camera that you see me using right now. Got that a year ago. I've been using it for the intro and outro, but I couldn't figure out how to keep it going for the entire interview. And there was also a big delay on it. So I finally figured it out because now I don't have a job. Oh yeah, today is my official last day of employment. Today is it. And then I am officially unemployed as of tomorrow, which is insane to think about because I was employed with that company. Excuse me. I was employed with that company for 18 years. 18 years. And it's over now. It's over as of today. So that is why I'm stepping into these new podcast ventures, hoping that something happens. I don't know. Maybe if I put in enough work over enough time, I can make my rent. Hopefully. That's the dream. To be able to sustain myself off of things that I do and create and not be dependent upon some corporation. Because we see where that goes. It ends with you in unemployment unless you're some AI freak or, I don't know, in the tech world or whatever else. Which I am not. I worked tech adjacent, but I don't know. I'm figuring stuff out. And the Patreon is live. I've got this brand new camera working. I'm just happy that I'm knocking out all of these things that have been sitting and that I have been putting off. But we are here, and I'm streaming again. I am streaming live on YouTube, which is crazy to think about because I never thought I would stream again. I used to stream on Twitch, and I would stream games, mostly Warzone. Don't play Warzone anymore because it's not good anymore. But I would like to do some mixed content here and just see what works. You know, podcast editing, maybe some gaming too. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
And we were fucking like nuclear. Like, I just think like that when we got together, like, we just be.
We'll take out a little bit of space here and keep it rolling.
It was like Don would have like a part and Mike would have a part, and then Brian fits in drums and bass. I would like
take out some space here,
recording on cassette, and then go home and sit in my basement and listen to it over and over and try painfully try to like fit words into it. And
the hardest part about this show is the editing. The first 20 minutes are always the hardest. It's just like, I'm always just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. There's a lot to do. But once you get through that first 20 minutes, you get into kind of a flow state, and then you can start moving quicker.
And stuff. And, I don't know, it was just super rad. It was like a super great experience. And like, I'm super fortunate to have had that, and it's amazing fortune. Like it's bananas that I even get to experience it again.
Yeah, that is something I want to explore for sure. But one thing I'm curious about, how did the spoken word interaction with the audience, questioning, Q&A with the audience, back and forth with the audience, how did that develop? Is that part of your personality? Is that something you spearheaded? That's a part of the band I really like. How did that all come about? This is a funny explanation.
I think, okay, honestly, like we
We can lose this like. All right.
we would go. We're like we're mental, like we're just crazy kids, and we're really fun. So we play a song.
We can lose that, I think. Yeah. Any little sound in there that doesn't need to be there, I'll usually
And
take
all
out.
the guys
Because I'm sort of OCD about this whole editing thing.
will be out of tune, and like the
Anyway, if you're out there, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. I've got all this podcast stuff finally situated. No camera, streaming setup. Patreon is officially launched. There's a new Patreon podcast I just posted on the YouTube channel, so check that out if you're interested. Yeah, things are moving along and I'm happy. A lot of work.
symbol will be on the ground, so there would be this gap between songs, and they were like, "All right, hold on, let me tune." But we didn't have like like all the modern shit, like
I'll get rid of that.
modern shit. Like it wasn't modern shit. Like people were like tuning, like looking at each other, tuning guitars and getting their bass back, and so like
There's a video Eric sent me. It's Frail playing at a YMCA back in like the mid 90s. And this is what he's talking about. Like all the spoken word stuff and everything he does came as a result of them having to tune. And they didn't have like tuner pedals and fast tuners on the ground like we do now. They didn't have that back then. So there's like minutes and minutes of this video of Don and Mike tuning their guitars one by one, string by string. And you see Eric like, and then he like launches into a kind of a spoken word thing, and then somebody else comes up and says something. You can see it all happen in real time in the old YouTube video of them performing live. It's pretty funny and pretty interesting.
there's this like time, and like as a front person, you're just kind of up there, and then I just started talking, and like
We can lose that like and take out some of this space.
as this interview goes on, I won't stop talking until you tell me to stop talking. So I'm maybe it's like
All right, we'll get rid of some space there.
so that's, and like at the time, like we like I really enjoyed like when we
Here, I'll get rid of these likes and leave the breath, because the breath is going to set up this next part.
when we were in school, like
I'll get rid of this like.
and particularly maybe Mike, like Mike got bullied, and I was kind of like, maybe I probably was under the radar, I guess, or something, like because I was pretty quiet, but I was like I'm super nerdy.
See, that's the funny thing about it. When I have met Mike and I have met Eric, if I had to guess, I would say Eric got bullied and not Mike, because Eric is like me and I got bullied. But Eric is saying he flew under the radar and Mike got bullied. Mike is like a big guy, looks like he knows how to do like building stuff and construction. He plays music. He seems cool. He's like he's kind of quiet, but he's like, I don't know. I wouldn't guess that he's the one that got bullied. So you just never know. Kids are the worst. The kids I went to school with anyway.
But like Mike got like bullied, and like these dudes would be like, "You're subhuman," you know what I mean? Like
That's terrible. Kids can be cruel.
oh, you're less than this. And they probably just took it from like a Subhumans t-shirt they saw on South Street or some shit like that, whatever. But they would call us that.
Let's see. Today's Thursday. If I edit, I have to get at least to an hour done today. I'm behind.
And it was like, really?
It's Thursday and this is going up Monday. But I have no job now, so I can edit during all during the day and
Upsetting, you know what I
be
mean?
fine.
So you're like, oh man, I'm less than. And this is like suburban bullshit, not even like actual real fucking, I don't know. But anyway, it's real, but like, yeah, anyway.
It could always be worse.
Correct.
I'll get rid of this.
Correct.
But that doesn't minimize the experience. Wait, maybe I can get rid of one of those, but that doesn't. Yeah, I'll get rid of one. There we go. But that doesn't minimize the experience you're talking about, because I was bullied bad in grade school. I was a nerd. And, well, I'm still a nerd, proudly. And eventually I was just ignored, which was actually a step up. But
I probably was in that category for like a while.
But those experiences shaped me and deeply, deeply affected me, and still do for my entire life, about how I interact with people and how I am. We'll just jump right to here. How about that?
Yeah, I think for me, like the reason why I enjoyed the communication and I don't think
we'll get rid of that like.
I don't think
if you're out there, let me know if you can hear everything okay. Last time I had like 2 mics going and there was a big echo. I think I've got it all dialed in I think I've got it all dialed in good now.
Punk rock or hardcore. Like
I tested it beforehand.
No separation between me and, I don't know, like pick your band that you love. Like
we'll get rid of this like. We'll jump right to here.
I don't know. I'm gonna go to love. I don't know.
We'll get rid of all that.
I don't know. I'm gonna go to a good example. Like I love John Henry West.
John Henry West. Never heard him.
And like it was like one of my favorite.
Wait, I'll get rid of that little bit there.
And like it was like one of my favorite records, and I know they didn't do too much, and I don't think I never even saw them, but I love their records. But I think like,
do we need that? I think
no,
we don't need that. Here, we'll get rid of this stuff.
When you hear the music and the sounds and everything, and I'm like, dude, I'm there. I don't know. It's all. You're like connected.
We'll get rid of this.
You're like connected. And I think even bands.
We'll get rid of some of this space.
Maybe that I don't like. You can feel that energy and stuff. Like they're trying to put something forward. And
imagine having an editor. That would be crazy. I know some podcasters who do. Even I did for a minute. There was a minute where I was getting overwhelmed and we were paying an editor. Not for very long, but I don't know. Even though editing can be a pain, I still like it. I still want to do it. I'm sort of a control freak. Well, not sort of, I am. So even after the person would edit it, I would get it and then do a whole other pass. So it would move quicker, but
you have the good fortune to be there to receive it and vice versa. And I don't know, I just never really saw much separation between like, I never thought of Frail as like a band. I thought it was like a cool way to get to go to shows.
That's interesting.
Like, oh, we can open, like, but we also get to see.
I'll get rid of one of these likes.
But we also get to see, like, I don't know, Resurrection or Lifetime or, you know, whomever, Iconoclast or Meryl or some shit. You know, like, I don't like Policy of Three or whatever. Any band, like whatever band was happening at the time, like it just allowed us to get to go to shows and stuff, or gave us good reasons to go and just to be in a show and like.
That is one benefit. Sometimes you get to play shows with bands you really like. Not that I've played any shows with any bands I dislike, but I mean, my band has played with Portraits of Past. That's amazing. My band has played with Idle Airs. That's Sean Ingram's newer band. That was amazing. So when we're still pretty new, so we'll do a lot of local stuff or stuff we book, but once in a while you get added to a show with a band you regularly listen to, and those are cool.
It was just when you compare it to high school, which is where everyone's kind of like,
We'll get rid of some space here. Oops, I just deleted everything. Here we go.
I don't know, like down on you. But you go to a show or a punk rock.
Yeah, that's another thing. When I went to high school, well, me at least, where I went, you got made fun of if you did anything slightly weird or listened to any weird music, and especially hardcore. Like, there were people who made fun of me for listening to it, and they thought it was like devil worshipping music or something like that. No.
Show or a hardcore show, and like
it seems more in the norm now, which is good. I hope that kids can go to school and listen to this music and not deal with the things I listen to, or deal with the things I dealt with.
At this time in Philly and stuff, it was just like there was so many ideas and people wanted to talk to you and like share thoughts and like just like hang out and be with each other. Like, here are kids from, Flowertown, here are kids from Haverford, here are kids from like whatever, and you like get to hang out with them. They have different ideas and they like different music, and they like, I don't know, they heard Susie and the Banshees and I've never heard them before or something like that. I don't know. Like, there's so much out there, and it was like every time you got to play a show, you just got like.
All right, we're moving right along. Oh, I hit the 30-minute mark. That's good. If I can get to an hour today. If I can get to an hour today, that will be good. Hold on, everyone. I have to add a collaborator to the New Scene Patreon post. So if you have not... Uh-oh, I can't. Hold on, I gotta tell Nathaniel. Hey, I can't add a collaborator because I just boosted it, and they don't let you edit after that. But I will add them in tomorrow. There we go. Yeah, sign up for the Patreon if you feel like it. And if you want to get access to our new podcast called That's Fair, it features me and Nathaniel Shannon. We talk about more personal stuff, music culture stuff, life, society, whatever. It's a chance to dig in on more personal things that I don't always get a chance to do on the New Scene. And it's a good show. We've recorded 2 so far, and I like it.
Engage. And like, like I had like ideas that I wanted to share, and like I was okay.
What's he say?
Like getting attacked, like or disputing things, or debating people, or talking to people, or letting people say what
I hope everyone out there is doing well.
What they wanted to say and stuff.
I'm doing good here.
I don't really believe like just because I wrote some lyrics and I get to hold a mic.
Things are a little scary because I don't have a job anymore officially after today, but I'm sure I can well, I have to find a new one. Things cost money. Rent costs money. It is not free.
I don't think I should hold it off the whole fucking time. That's for fucking sure. Because a lot of people have a lot on their plate, and like, I found Frail super cathartic, and I wanted to do something. Like, I loved Ebullition and like No Answers and all those records and or early records, and they mean a lot to me, and like, so it's just like it was part of who I was, or who I am, I guess. So I don't know. Like, the simple answer is that people had to tune their guitars, and I didn't know what to do.
I forgot we were still talking about that. Yes, the spoken word and all of the dialogue that happens during Frail shows came as a result of waiting for people to tune guitars. It took longer back in the day before pedal tuners.
With myself. And so I just started talking. And like sometimes you say, like, anytime you have like a stream of consciousness, you can say something really brilliant, or you can say something really stupid.
True.
And I think I made sure to do all of that in between every fucking song we ever played.
That's funny that it springs from something as simple as we have to fill the time between tuning guitars and all of that. But I'm so with you on everything you're saying. When I first came into the scene, I was like a lower middle class white kid, fairly entitled. Here, I'll get rid of that and just jump fairly in. Entitled. And I did not have the exposure of the views and all of the good stuff that I learned from hardcore music and the scene. So when I saw someone making a speech or getting political, I don't know why, but I would get turned off. Like I would think it was stupid. I don't know. Maybe it's because the area I grew up in was mostly conservative or American propaganda, brainwashing. I don't know. I know why. I think it was an oppositional thing. You know, like if someone was taking a strong stance and speaking out against something, I think there was like an oppositional part of me that was like, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to think, even if I would agree with it. And it was like a young, dumb 16-year-old or 17-year-old thing that thankfully I eventually got over. But the longer I was exposed to it, the more my eyes got open to the truth and how I see things and the community. And slowly over time, I developed my own belief system. And I you know, and even now, but like things are very bad right now. And I feel this sense more than ever. I feel this sense of like, I want to help somehow. I want to do something. I want to say something. Can I help someone see something like I saw it? I'll take out a little space here. See something like I saw it one time. So having the opportunity to speak before you guys. Yeah, I did a Frail played 4 shows in LA. I was at 2 of them. I was out there with Nathaniel. We were filming some stuff. We filmed the next episode of On Location, which is going to go up next Friday. Definitely check out that episode of On Location. It's great. This, like, we nailed what we want this show to be. So there's that, but Frail played 4 shows. They would have an opening band, 4 speakers, and then Frail would play, and I was one of the speakers. So I did a 3-part, like, quote from somebody, political statement, kind of letting people know where I stand and to be united and all that stuff, and then ending with a thanks to Frail and my thanks to the scene and all that stuff. Really glad that I had the opportunity to do that. Had never done anything like that before. Felt like I could give back somehow because, you know, well, things have always been bad in this country, but things are pretty bad right now. There's a lot of people in this country and around the world are going through a lot of hard times. So if I could give some little contribution, even just as little as saying something before a band plays, if it did something, if it helped somebody, then good. I want to give back somehow. Before you guys played in LA was great because I was like, oh, this is great. Let me take an opportunity to let people know where I stand and talk about unity and talk about bringing people to. I'll get rid of that. Bringing people together. Let me try to make a positive difference. So that was great. We'll get rid of some of this space.
I think like, and this probably like.
We'll get rid of some of this space.
And this probably like even like, there's a lot of like I don't know. Everything's into factions. Here's a faction. This is, you know, like this is this, this is that, this is that. But like that faction, you get riled up about like, oh, I'm anti whatever it is, whatever the fuck you're into, like anti woke or you're MAGA or you're fucking Christian or you're, you know, make America healthy again or whatever. You get into these factions, but like, and like even like fucking liberals and all that shit, everyone gets sucked into these like little boxes, and
Mm-hmm.
like the only one that benefits from that is fucking rich people.
So true. Imagine what we could all accomplish if we all united. Imagine. We could turn around the entire shape of history.
And only elites. And like I think it's important, like, and the beautiful thing about like hardcore and punk rock is like it is as well, no, it's not entirely, but like it is.
That's why I like the message of Frail, because it's not like this is what you should think. This is what you should do. This is the right thing to do. I think their slogan is make your own noise. I don't know if that's from a lyric or a song or a release. I don't know, but I've heard that from them. Make your own noise. Make your own noise. It's about the individuality. It's about developing who you are. And I like that. I think it's a good message. I said that during my spoken word thing. I said, in the words of Frail, make your own noise. I had everybody chant that. Make your own noise. And then Eric got up and he's like, oh, I was going to say that. And I felt bad. So I went up to him afterwards and I was like, oh man, did I like step on you? Were you going to say that? And he was like, no, I was just kidding. I'm too neurotic for jokes like that.
A public space where people can like express themselves and like have art and like work through ideas or work through thoughts and like be right, be wrong, fuck it, like, but it's like genuinely like engagement with like your fellow.
I'll get rid of this like and we'll jump right into this with
your fellow human person. Like that's it. It's
we can get rid of this one too.
That's it. It's
did I fix the gate on this thing? Yeah. All right, good.
It's like as I don't know, it's just genuine engagement. And like there's so many like the modern world spends like so much is like a friend of mine was talking about like going to get his groceries, but like they put his groceries in the car like for him, like he makes the order. And I mean they probably do that shit in America, but I don't know.
Yeah, grocery delivery is where it's at. I do that. Who wants to go to the store? But ordering eggs from grocery delivery is a dangerous venture. I got 2 big cartons of eggs last time I got groceries delivered. A bunch of them were smashed in both cartons. I had to sift through and throw out all the broken ones and keep all the saved ones, and it was a mess. So maybe I'll just buy eggs locally from now on.
But like and I'm like, that's bananas. Like, don't you like looking at fruits and vegetables? Like
No.
like I love seeing like that. I mean, like that is like first world, like, you know, benefit. But like, you know, you go see all those like crazy, I don't know, fruits and vegetables and people buying shit, and you know, there's like
I don't like going to the grocery store. I don't like being there. I don't like looking for things. You know, I'd rather just get it delivered.
a million types of peanut butter and nut butters, and I don't know.
The only thing is sometimes you need stuff quick, then I'll go. I can't wait a day sometimes.
All that rad shit. But I'm like, so you just
But the benefit of living in New York City, everything is right around the corner. I got a grocery store there. I got another one close by if I need it. Everything is within walking distance, which is the best. That's what you pay all this money for to live here.
You just go, you drive your car, and you like someone puts it in your thing, and then that's it. That's your interaction for today. And like, it's just not for me. Like, you just want, I don't know. I enjoy, like, I enjoy people and humanity and different people, and I'm like open to like learning and being exposed to things that I don't know, maybe make me uncomfortable or challenge me or what have you. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. Like, I don't need to be right or, like, it's
Turn that down a little.
not important to me. What's important is that, like, the engagement, the care and empathy for your fellow person is there. I think punk rock and hard.
By the way, I did one of the best interviews I've ever done yesterday. March is going to be a crazy month for this podcast. You'll probably see me editing some of it on this show. This live YouTube show that we're doing right now.
Hardcore, at least what I experienced growing up. And like, to be honest, like all the shows we got to play this past year have been exactly like that. Like, they're wild. Like, I never felt like
Take out some space.
close to like
Take out some more space. Keep it flowing. Keep it going.
like there's like generations of people that will come to shows now, like old heads and young people, and like it's just like everyone's up for it and wants to be part of it. And I think that's it's probably lacking in our modern world. And so when we get to do this, when you still allowed to do this and gather and enjoy it, it's really nice to share with people. It's really positive, it's really fun, and like, I love it. Like, I get to be.
Take out some space here. Oh, we're flying now. See, we're at 36, almost 37 minutes already.
You get to let out like anger, but like it's in a way that's like so joyful. Like,
yeah, at the vibe at Frail shows is immaculate. Everybody's moshing, but it's not crowd killing, crazy, hurtful moshing. It's just like people jumping around, having a good time. It's a really good vibe. Definitely see the band if you can, if you have the opportunity. I've seen them 4 times now, I think, since they've been back. So lucky me.
I don't know. I can't categorize it for me like entirely, but like I am so buzzed by it, and I love when I see like people like whether they're doing like the head banging or whatever, or just dancing goofy, or like just letting it out.
We'll lose this like. We'll take out some space here.
Just letting it out, because like so much now there's so much scrutiny about like everything you fucking do, and like punk rock shouldn't be around that. And I never really wanted Frail to, like, I don't know, never mind. It's just, that's the beautiful thing. Like, it's it'd be I think
Maybe I'll lose
Frail to, like, I don't know, never mind. And I never really wanted Frail to, like, I don't know, never mind.
all right, I'll lose all this. Let's see if this sentence flows.
Shouldn't be around that. And it's just, that's the beautiful thing. Like, it's it'd be I think even now, like, as we
Yeah, that'll work.
experience I guess the scene.
I'll get rid of that little sound there.
I guess, scene. Um, 30 years on. I just learned recently, 20 years.
Those misophonia is kicking up at these little clicking sounds, so I'm gonna get rid of those.
20 years is vintage and 30 years is antique. So as an antique, as an antique,
I'll get rid of that. Any of those click sounds or like a, you know, a kind of a lip smacking sound, I get rid of those. I don't know if other people are bothered by those or care, but I'm like, you know, like, oh, I don't want that. I get rid of it.
as an antique, no, just kidding. I'm fuck nostalgia. But like we got to play this
We'll jump over to here.
we got to play this Jamaican restaurant in Baltimore last September. Like the back of it, there was like maybe 50 kids there. Fuck, lights gone out. Like there's this like
That's why Frail, another reason Frail is cool is they keep the DIY spirit alive. They're not above playing at the back of a Jamaican restaurant, or they played I think a basement DIY space on that last 4-show run. You know, they're just they've got a good attitude. I think they're doing things the right way.
there's this like Christmas lights on a stage, like weird. I don't know. There's like some weird dance hall, and I don't know. It's bananas. But I'm like, you look around, there was like everyone was like, it's just a good mix of people that like genuinely care. Like you could see this scene, like
Uh, landlord stuff. I'll have to do that later.
they care about each other. They care what's happening. They're just trying to make things happen and work. And it was just beautiful. It's absolutely one of my like we got. I don't know my.
We'll get rid of this like.
We got. I don't know.
We'll get rid of this. We'll jump right over to here.
I don't know. So it's just a favorite show, and it's like because people cared and were respectful of like people being different, and you know, some people wanted to dance, some people wanted to watch, some people just wanted to chat and hang out, some people, you know, whatever.
I'm gonna have to raise up this camera somehow. I'm like slouching.
But it was like a space, like a safe space. Like I don't know. I don't even think there was any like fucking pictures taken, which is like that alone is like really special. Like, cause like you can have an event and the only thing that you take away from it is like I probably walked away like with a bruise and like a sore throat because I was trying to scream my head off for everyone that was like so excited to dance and move, you know. And it's just like that's we need those things. We need those kind of communal things to I don't know, like
I'm gonna leave that breath in. I analyze each breath, each space. I decide if it should be there, if it should not, if it serves the next part. And that one, I want in.
I don't know, like
I'll get rid of this like though, and we'll just jump over to here.
I don't know. 99% of the people can beat the 1%. And
Yes, yes, that is yes, that is the way.
the way you get that 99% together, and I don't know if it's just hardcore punk rock. It's not just hardcore punk rock. Like there's definitely like other avenues to do that. But like
First new seltzer of the day. That's the best part of the day. Here's a free plug. Howl's New York Seltzer, the best. Gotta love it.
getting people together and out of their house and you know in the shit, like that's what we need to do. And
Yep.
like I think that's like what's so special about punk rock and hardcore is that it really like lets you get in there. And like I've seen bands that I'm like they blew my mind because like I wasn't prepared for it. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a band. Like I remember seeing like Antioch Arrow and Angel Hair. These are like two bands. They blew my mind. I couldn't like it. I was a straight edge. I was a straight edge kid. Like like I wore like khaki shorts and shirts and stuff. You know what I mean? Like like they blew my mind. They blew my mind. And like even now, I'm like they're so
Antioch Arrow. I think that's one of those classic screamo post-hardcore bands. Have I heard them before? Maybe. I need to listen to them. I've got a list of a bunch of bands like that I gotta check out.
like both bands are so like exceptional because they like were so challenging to me. Like, but
We'll lose this like and jump right over to here. By the way, if you're out there and watching, welcome, hello. I hope you're doing well. Check out the New Scene Patreon if that's something that interests you. We just launched it today with a new podcast. And the new podcast, the first episode, is on my YouTube channel right now. So you can watch it. You can look at it. You can hear it and decide if it's something you want to keep listening to.
but like at the time when I saw him, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm seeing here. Like this isn't hardcore. This isn't like what I know or something. But it really I think it's super special and shit. Like so like that's what punk rock and hardcore is. Like you see shit that like
And this is a good thing about editing a podcast live. If I'm not talking, somebody else is. So it's not weird. Great, right?
not sure how you're gonna take it. Like you said, like sometimes people like say shit about politics, like whatever.
We can lose that and jump right over to here.
And you might you're like, I don't know, dude. Like I don't know if I'm into that or whatever. And that might turn you off. But like you went some
Get rid of those.
you went somewhere where you were exposed to something that is different. And as time progresses, like maybe how you experience it changes to it, like changes from it. You know what I mean? Like I think
Yeah.
that's like a real like but the way the world is today is like you're stuck in your little faction. Like you go to these things.
We'll get rid of that like.
You go to these things where it's like only echo chambers. And like to go into a space where and a lot of like punk rock hardcore, you have a sense of mentality like that drives you there. But I mean, James Spooner, but
we'll jump over to here.
James Spooner,
And then we'll get rid of this and jump over here.
I don't know. He blew my mind when I was a kid. Like when we
You
would like when we would
You
like
guys
talk.
met him up at ABC No Rio, right?
Yeah, and he would like he was like
I can get rid of some of this space. Yeah. Up at ABC No Rio, right?
yeah, and he would like he was like
Oops.
he's like a troop. He was like
We can get rid of that and jump right over to here.
he's like a true punk kid.
Oh, look at that. We're at 42 minutes already. What my goal today was to get to an hour. If I can get beyond that, I'm golden. Because I have all day tomorrow to edit too. Thursday nights is memory entry band practice. Saturday afternoon is memory entry band practice. So, Friday night I have something too. So, Thursday, today all day, and tomorrow all day are going to be really my only two big opportunities to edit. I try to get everything done, or mostly everything done, before Sunday, because I don't want to spend all day Sunday working on the show, moving right into Monday, because I don't know, I need at least a day off or an afternoon off or the night off or something. But I have technically every day off now because today's the last day of my job, of employment. I have been laid off. It's over for me. But we just launched the Patreon. We've got an amazing episode of On Location going up next Friday. And I can get on unemployment, which is good. Otherwise, I'd be in a lot of trouble. And I have been applying for jobs. So hopefully I find something. A lot of people got laid off. Do you know anybody that got laid off? I've talked to more than one person who has been affected by the horrible state the economy is in right now. A lot of layoffs, a lot of lost jobs.
Punk kid, and he was like, wanted to hang out with us, and we loved it. Like, I love him. Like, I actually love him. But like, he like really challenged us, like in ways that I was like, oh, this is like punk rock, or this is like squatting.
We'll get rid of that like and jump over to here.
Squatting and stuff like that, and like, you know, shit like that, like he didn't know because we grew up in a fucking suburb, you know.
What was it like going up there and experiencing that? I can imagine, because I was a pretty sheltered suburban kid, so I could imagine going to the Lower East Side and ABC No Rio and hanging out with squatter punks and just being like, whoa, this is way beyond my comprehension. What was it like for you?
I love that shit. Like I'm genuinely like, so
yeah, we'll leave that.
Like, so like, I thought everything was amazing. I was like, this is where you sleep? This is where you shower? Like, can I shower?
We'll jump over to here.
Can I shower? And like, he's like, you know, why? He's like, do you need a shower? He's like, no. You know what I mean? Like, but he like,
oh, we can get rid of that throat clear.
But he like,
get rid of that, jump to here.
But he like taught us, like, there's a lot of like, James taught.
Wait, can we get rid of that one too?
James taught.
Yeah. Why not?
James taught.
James taught.
Like, we had like
We'll get rid of some space, but not all of it.
Like, we had like self-reliance, and like we would do a lot of things ourselves. But like, James like showed us like a different world of doing it yourself. Like a really expansive, really like awesome, fun world. Like really like awesome.
Yeah, we'll get rid of this one and jump over to here.
Awesome, fun world. Like, I think he taught us how to like
we'll jump over to here.
I think he taught us how to like help us make our first like help us.
All right, we'll just jump over to here.
Help us make our first silk screen like thing, and like we like, I don't know, not that I encourage. We like.
We'll just jump over to here.
Not that I encourage.
Get rid of that.
Not that I encourage it, but like we would buy like their store t-shirts because they used to be so cheap, and we would just like silk screen them so they could have like some little league, like Pizza Hut sponsored Little League on a
Ink and Dagger used to do this too. I remember reading stories. They would silk their own shirts, silk screen their own shirts, like in the parking lot, like before the show. I hope I have that correct. I like that. I like that. The DIY approach, that's where it's at.
front, and then we'll just like silk screen like Frail on it, and then like try to sell it for like $5.
Yeah. That
So we can.
that DIY. Look, I'm about to say the same thing. See? I must really believe it then. That DIY approach is important. That I have great respect for people that young who managed, like you and Mike just went up there and played. It was just a guitar player and you just went and played your one song. Or James teaching you guys silk screening and everything else he taught you. That I just have respect for people who that young just went out and did it. Because when I was young, I had a lot of fear, and I don't know. I wish I would have just not cared. Wait, I can clean that up a little. And I don't know. I had a lot of fear. We'll get rid of that and jump over to this. And I don't know. I wish I would have just not cared and just went out there and did stuff more.
I think I benefited from being friends with Mike, Derek, and Brian and Don. Like you're because you had like-minded like people that.
We can get rid of that like and jump over to here. How we doing out there? Good? It's 12:55 Eastern time. It's still early. I can get on track. That makes me happy.
People that were enthusiastic for the world and like for doing things. No, I won't say the world. I'll just say for doing things, whatever it is. We're just super enthusiastic to do something. And
I'm just glad I finally got the Patreon launched. Right when 2 weeks ago, when was it? February 5th was the meeting where they laid me off. Right when that happened, I got to work right away on things. Getting the Patreon ready. The Patreon podcast that I do with Nathaniel now. We recorded that. I edited that. There was a lot of graphics I had to put together. I had to figure out the new camera. I've got a new and better camera now. Way overdue for that. So the interviews will look more crisp now. On my end, at least. I can't control what all of the guests are using, unfortunately. So right away, I just got to work on a lot of stuff. We have a new episode of On Location going up next Friday as well, which is really, really, really good. I think there's a lot of potential with that show. So, and my band Memory Entry is working on our LP too. We're going into the studio in a couple weeks. So there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot going on, even though I do not have my day job anymore. The days are full. I was up till 12:30 last night working on stuff. That never happens. I'm usually in bed I try to stay awake till 11. I feel like a failure if I go to bed before 11. But there's always plenty to do, especially with this show. I mean, I should be making reels. I'm way behind on reels.
The
work never
makes it
ends.
easy, because everyone's in, like, the group that I was with, like, everyone was in.
We'll get rid of this like.
Everyone was into doing their own thing and doing stuff and like geeking out, whether it's like they're interested in guitars or drums or bass or like skateboarding or art or like learning about politics. Like,
I think we can get rid of.
weird.
Yeah, we can get rid of that. I wish I didn't have to wear headphones. They hurt my ears. I'm gonna switch to. I think I have a pair of iPhone, the earbuds. I'm gonna switch to those. These things hurt my ears.
I'm trying to remember, like James. I remember like James.
Get rid of some of that.
James, like, I would always like challenge us on like stuff that we didn't understand. We were fortunate. We met
We'll get rid of this.
it's probably like we met we have some friends from Princeton, New Jersey, and I guess they were, I would say they were riot girls at the time, but like we became friends with them, and like they really like helped us like expand our views, like open like, oh shit, there's like some other shit, you know, it's not, you know, I don't know. Like, so James.
We'll get rid of that and jump to here.
So James and Riot Girls and like this whole like melting pot of like thoughts and ideas and like coming from it, coming to all that, um, you know, like growing up in like a white suburb, you're just like, it really like was all like it was it like opened your eyes, I guess, and like I was like open to hearing it, and like I said, like I don't care if I'm right or wrong, like I'm just like happy to be engaged and happy to like
Can I get rid of some of that?
happy to be
Yeah, that'll be easy.
happy to be engaged and happy to like
Get rid of some of this space. Let's see what's coming up here.
grow, like I don't know, like
Same. I'll get rid of that. Oh, you know what? I can just jump right to here. He'll say grow and then I'll start.
grow.
Same here. Like I know who I am. I know where I stand. I know how I feel about people. So if you think I'm wrong, that's okay. I know who I am. Yeah. Get rid of that. I know who I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think for me it's
Get rid of some of this.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think for me it's just like, I think punk rock hardcore allowed people to like work through ideas and share ideas and communicate ideas, and no one was really like, you can't say this because, you know, you're what makes you this.
Get rid of that.
You know, you're what makes you this. I don't know. You didn't, the authority of like, there's no. I don't want to say there's. I guess there's like no like, no one's endowed with authority to be like, listen to me. It's not like,
Some people think they are though.
oh, I'm the teacher and this is the classroom or some bullshit like that. It's like, hey, dude, we're all here. Like, this is what I learned.
We'll get rid of that. Like,
This is what I learned. This is what I know. Like, this is how you make like fucking, you know, like lentils. You know, like, or and this is like, let me tell you about anarchy. Let me like, this is what I read about like communism. This is what I read about like socialism. You know, this is like race politics or gender politics and stuff. And like, I just thought I found it really, and like it exposed really, and like found it really,
so we can do this.
it exposed me.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, man. I gotta get a higher. I wonder if I can up that tripod at all. I want to sit like this, but I'm cut off. Oh, that hurts. Oh, I gotta get different earphones. Ow. These really hurt. I got a pair of earbuds somewhere. I'm gonna find them.
It exposed me to a lot of great like ideas and thoughts, and to a lot of great
We'll get rid of this like. And some of this.
ideas and thoughts. And like, if my principle and core belief is like, in people, like being aware of like,
We'll get rid of that.
being aware of like,
I'm glad I didn't give up on learning this editing software way back in 2017 when I first tried it. Because who knows what would have happened if I did. This is one of the worst ones, I think. It's called Filmora. But it was cheap, and I got a lifetime subscription, and it has carried me through all 321 episodes of this podcast, so I'm going to keep using it. A lot of people are using DaVinci. I'm going to try that, I think, at some point, because I would like to be able to do more. But for what I'm doing right now, this is sufficient. Way back in 2017, my friend's band, This Day Forward, who's been on the show, you may know them, they were announcing reissues of their vinyl. In Response, I think it was a reissue of the In Response vinyl, their final LP. So I wanted to make a I wanted to make a trailer. They were going to do a post, just a post from their personal accounts. I was like, no guys, you got to make an Instagram. You got to have like a big announcement. So I made an Instagram for them. I gave it to them. It's their band, obviously, so I gave it to them. They're in control of it. And I made a trailer. I made like a video trailer for the vinyl re-announcement, the vinyl reissue announcement, but they did not end up using it. So I ended up using it when we announced the new scene. It was like just a announcement trailer that I think I posted in our story. But I'm glad I learned to use this software because this is how I edit and put together the show and all of our reels.
structures or whatever, power structures that like undermine people and like undermine people.
I'll get rid of that. All right, we're cruising along. My goal is to get to
undermine people and like ways to like break those structures.
All right, if I edit an hour today, I'll be in good shape. If I edit 1 hour and 17 minutes today, I'll be in great shape. So that's my goal.
So that these people can like exist freely. I was well open to it and still.
But I have to say, being here live, editing this podcast live is good because it forces me to stay focused. Usually when I'm editing by myself, I'll take breaks, I'll go lay down, I will stop and play video games, I'll watch a YouTube video. There's a lot of distractions. But me being here live forces me to stay focused. So it's a good thing.
Remain open to it. And I think now...
Same here, yep.
I think now, people, the 99% just needs to be get out there and be together and let people express themselves, whether it be anger or poetry or love or whatever the fuck they want to express. But you need to create those spaces where people are engaging each other in a meaningful way versus shouting someone down or I don't know, fucking shooting someone. Fuck ever it is. But I don't know, that's my belief. And I just think punk rock and hardcore, what's the minor threat? We're not the first and I hope we're not the last. I genuinely believe that. And we were part of a...
We're not the first and I hope we're not the last. I like that.
A fucking amazing river, I guess, whether you think of Articles of Faith or Heroin or Born Against or Struggle or fucking, I don't know, Gorilla Biscuits or Youth of the Day or some shit like that. Earth Crisis or, Earth Crisis. Fucking Struggle, fucking Iconoclast, Rorschach, all those fucking bands. I'm part of.
We can get rid of this and jump right over to here.
I'm part of it. And like you have bands that, today, like February or Nuvola Scora, or we played with this amazing band, Cash Only Tony's in New York. Like, I don't know, like I'm so happy to be part of that river. Like wherever whatever pocket I exist in, and like I just love to see it continue. And like it's space where people can like express things and like raw, as true as possible.
We'll get rid of some of that space there. Why does my neck hurt? I bet it's these stupid headphones.
As true as possible for people. And I think that's the beauty of hardcore punk rock. And it's like getting everyone.
There we go.
Getting everyone together and being that. And I think when we do shows, or what we're, like, I don't know, I felt like, okay, so what we're,
all right, we'll get rid of this and we'll jump in at okay.
Felt like, okay, so we took a break.
Yeah.
Okay, so we took a break. And like, but to get back together, like I just really didn't feel like
it was a long break. They broke up in what, 95? 30 years? 31 years? Oh wait, they got back together last year? 30 years. Crazy to think about.
I didn't feel like it's just like we took a break. It's just like we took a break. Like,
well, let me ask about that, because it does blow. It does blow my mind that you guys were so young and doing so many epic adventures that I've read about, like the van breaking down and having to take the engine cover off and manually manipulate stuff with your hands to drive 4 hours back home to get home for school on Monday, and Don not having shoes for the whole summer from running away from cops from pool hopping on your epic national tour with who was it, Spirit Assembly. And just this would make like a perfect coming of age movie. Someone needs to make it. I hope it happens at some point, and then it's like we get to the end of high school and it's like, oh, we don't do that anymore. Oh, and then we're splitting up, right? And then there's like the big cinematic sad ending and everyone goes their separate ways, like in Stand By Me or something. So I wanted to ask about that. What? Yeah, someone needs to make a treatment about the Frail story and turn it into a movie. I'll do it. It's fine. I got time now. From what I've read, it seems like it must have been the best time. Imagine being in high school and like driving all over the country on weekends to go play shows and then coming back to go to school on Monday. Actually, I kind of did that. Yeah, I kind of did that in high school when I was traveling with This Day Forward. Straight edge was at the core of the belief of Frail. Your version of straight edge, not a militant, hateful thing, but Frail's specific version of straight edge. And the openness and the community and the discussions and your beliefs. Let me clean this up. All right, we're at 51 minutes. We're rolling. Beliefs on it. And it seems like we're going to hit our goal today. Speaking of hitting goals, if you have not subbed to the YouTube channel, what better place than here? What better time than now? New podcast episodes every week. New episodes of On Location. I just posted the first episode of our Patreon exclusive podcast that you can check out. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of March. So, if you haven't subbed, do it. It's free. on it. And it seems like not everyone was on board with that anymore towards the end of high school, and maybe that was what fractured some things. Is that what happened?
I mean, we were definitely okay. Like we're teenagers, and I don't know. I wouldn't even say we're becoming adult men or moving into like adulthood or whatever. Like we were teen.
Yeah, like think about that. You're not even close to an adult when you get out of high school. I wasn't. Maybe you were. I was not. You're 18 when you get out of high school? Early 20s, I still wasn't an adult. Mid 20s, I still wasn't an adult. I didn't even start taking work seriously until I was close to 30. I didn't even get close to even starting to act like an adult until I was 35. And I'm 44 now, and I feel like I just figured out a lot of stuff, so slow growth here.
Teenagers that were becoming older teenagers. So, like, I think
You have friends that got married and had kids at 24? That blows my mind. I have a friend that got married at 24. 24 years old. Somewhere around there. Imagine.
there's a lot of changing. Like your cells change annually or more frequently. Like your whole body's changing constantly, and your mind is evolving and expanding, and you're opening up new pathways and you're closing old pathways. But whatever. But you're always kind of changing, and I think we were evolving. Like there were bands that were straight edge that.
Let me get rid of this.
It wasn't like a thing. It wasn't a defining thing. And I think, well, straight edge is awesome.
Let's get rid of this.
Straight edge is awesome in the sense that, like, for me, it gave me a lot of time to like just be a kid. Like we went on tour.
We'll get rid of this, and we'll jump right into this.
We went on tour, and like I was a fucking kid. Like we went pool hopping. Like I climbed in a bed.
We'll get rid of this and jump right over to here. Oh, these headphones are killing me. Hold on, I gotta drink some water. I think I will not. Maybe no, I probably do have to film an ending to the show because I want to push the Patreon and catch people up on. Oh yeah, because I want to announce the On Location episode that's posting that Friday too. Yeah. So even though it's if the episode is longer, I sometimes don't like to do an ending because like it's already pretty long. But for this one, I'm going to because there's things to talk about. I mean, I could just talk about them up front, but I'll talk about them up front and at the end of the show so that hopefully really people hear them.
I climbed an abandoned church tower. Like I walked around city streets like that I've never seen before, like Little Rock or I don't know, fucking where else? I don't know. Like remember chasing lizards in Florida, like with Brian, like trying to catch lizards. Like I don't know, like what are we gonna do with them?
Well, I hope everyone out there is doing well. I feel good today. I have gotten a lot of work done. I have figured out a lot of things that took me a lot of time to figure out. And now I am on schedule. I love when I am on schedule. That is the best.
Keep them as pets or something? I don't know. But it was like the most enjoyable thing. But we're like, try to catch a lizard.
There's been times where I had to edit the entire show in one day. And that is a nightmare. There was one day not too long ago where I was behind. And I had to spend an entire Saturday like editing everything, recording the beginning of the show, recording the end of the show, editing everything all day from 10 in the morning till midnight to get stuff done, and those days are rough.
Always another lizard like right behind you. So it's just like, what? It was so much fun.
The show has still been weekly every week since March of 2020, I think. I've never taken a week off in those 6 years, which is crazy to think about. I have announced that I might take weeks off this year. Haven't done it yet. I'm going to try not to, because I love pushing myself to just try to do the show every single week. So we'll see. But if I have to take a week off, I'm going to. I don't know. I'm sure it'll happen at some point because of touring or recording or whatever else.
Fun. Being in I don't know, there's so many fucking awesome things. Like being in, our van broke down.
We'll get rid of that and jump into this.
Our van broke down in New Mexico somewhere, and you open the door and you're in this world that's so foreign from green lawns. I don't know. Was it green lawns?
Let's see how that sounds.
Green lawns. I don't know.
I'll leave the breath. Whatever.
Green lawns. I don't know. I think straight edge.
All right, we'll get rid of that though. Let's see.
Green lawns. I don't know. I think straight edge gave me the opportunity to do things and pay attention to things where I wasn't focused. Some of the things that I could have been focused on, whether it's drinking or doing drugs.
We can get rid of that. I was focused on drinking and doing drugs.
Doing drugs, I guess, or whatever.
For way too long when I was younger. If you're out there and you're listening, I recommend not doing that and doing something more productive instead. They're traps. They're traps that lead nowhere and waste time.
I didn't, I had time to focus on other shit. I mean, I focused on
Imagine what I could have imagine if I had started doing this kind of stuff when I was actually, before I got into drinking and getting high and all that, I was doing stuff. I was filming a lot of shows. I was making movies with friends. I was doing stuff. I wish I would have stuck with that. But imagine if I had stuck with that for the past 24 years or however long it's been. Wow.
Skateboarding and trying to figure ways to get some money to buy more records. That's all I could think about. So it just gave me space. And I think having space, having that kind of freedom to just...
Let's get rid of that.
Explore things you want to explore, whether it's I don't know, you want to read Ethan Frome, or you want to fucking, I don't know, read Karl Marx or something. I don't know. Or you may want to just learn how to play a jazz trumpet or basket weave or garden or something. But I had space to do it because I didn't have capacity. And I think that's what...
We can get rid of this.
And I think that's what straight edge was for me. It gave me an opportunity to do things that I don't think I would have been able to do.
Yes, I like to say I'm straight edge by necessity. I don't actually claim straight edge because, I had issues and then thankfully I was able to stop. So it was a choice and it wasn't. It wasn't like I am straight edge and I will never drink or do drugs again. I had to stop and thankfully managed to stay stopped. So it's different, but full capacity now, like he's talking about. There's just, and I have the whole day, no distractions to focus on the things I want to do. No sitting at bars anymore, no being passed out all the time. Productivity through the roof, able to accomplish a lot of things I want to accomplish, and that's a good thing.
If I was just worried about how to get a beer or or
That's all I was worried about back in the day. What bar are we going to? Can we get this? Can we get that? You know, it's and for what? For what?
or how to, like
Get rid of that. Keep it moving.
I'm not, I don't know. That's just my approach to straight edge. And I thought
No, real
I
quick,
really wanted it.
you're
Go ahead.
absolutely right. Wait,
And I thought
no, real
I
quick,
really
you're. Let's see if we can make that flow a little better.
edge. And I thought
No, real
I
quick,
really
you're
go ahead.
absolutely right because when I was young, yeah, that's a little better. That was the trap I fell into: drinking, drugs, chasing women. So by the time I'm 8, by the time I'm 18, 19, 20, that's all I'm thinking about, and everything else takes a back seat. And I wish I would have focused more on the things you're talking about because that's where it's really at. But continue.
No, but like it just gave us a little space and it allowed us to have capacity to take on things like
We're gonna hit an hour soon, which is great. I think I was still at 20 minutes when we started. Yeah.
should we go play this show in Buffalo, New York? Should we play this festival in Ohio? You know what I mean? Like
It's always the 20-minute mark. Once you get past that, you get into more of a flow state.
figuring out how to get a van, like
But that 20
taking a
minutes is always impossible to get to at first.
stu-
Every week.
stupid job to figure out how to get money. Like getting money is always what's always difficult because
Yep.
you never got paid and like you don't like I was a paper boy and I didn't make a lot of money. And I remember like telling my brother, I'm like, oh, can you cover my route? I'm gonna be away for like 2 months or some shit.
I had a paper route too, and get this. Everybody on the route was running a scam where you would go to collect the money from houses or people would pay by mail. So everybody was running this scam where they said, oh no, I pay by mail. So I wasn't making enough money to cover the route. Sometimes I would end up paying for the papers, but I was still working the job. But I'm 14 years old at the time, 15, so I don't know, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to ask. I don't know how to, like, tell the boss. I don't know how to call people out on this, but I'm smart, but not smart enough. So I figured this out. I looked at the list and I saw all these people were listed as pay in person, but they were saying they were paid by mail. So I was like, I caught them. I'm going to go to their house and get them to pay. And I'm going to make them give me some extra money so that I don't tell on them. So I knocked on the first house and I was like, I'm here to collect the paper money. And they're like, I paid by mail. And I was like, oh. And I just gave up. The paper route ended up going to my brother. My younger brother. And eventually, finally, when he was doing it, they caught on to the scam. But, so I sort of caught it, but not really. I just kind of gave up. I didn't challenge people. But I wish I would have pushed more and like, uncovered that whole mystery. But it's a shame, because, I guess I could have made more money. I don't know.
And I was like, but I get all the tips. He's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like, so any tips, I want him when I come back. And he's like, you're not getting the tips. And I'm like, come on. But anyway, so I think straight edge, like, so as we were like, I know we were like, a straight edge band. And I think there's aspects of us that is still straight edge, but I think it became less important to us because like in a lot of ways, what I was hoping like, and I probably like, is what I was hoping.
We'll get rid of a like.
And I probably like, I'm super optimistic and probably really naive. Like I can just imagine someone like anything I say, like I can always imagine the opposite of like someone tearing you apart or whatever. Like, ah, no, you're an idiot, you know. And I knew that, I recognize that, but like I was super optimistic. Like I thought like straight edge is actually this cool world where it's like
We're almost to an hour. Only like 3 minutes left. Oh no, I just deleted everything. We don't want that.
everyone can hang out and like practice their
Let's see how the post is doing. Looks like we're doing okay. Good enough for now. All right. Yeah, so the Patreon is live. The first episode of the new Patreon podcast is live on this channel. So you can check it out on the New Scene feed or the New Scene YouTube. See if you like it. Yeah. Several weeks of work finally coming to life today. It's very exciting. And yeah, I'm happy to be live streaming again too. I always wanted to get back to it. I felt like kind of a failure when I stopped doing it. But I'm just going to do it again in various forms and see what I like. What podcast editing. I'll probably do some gaming too.
I'm gonna hang out and like practice their
Let's see what works.
and read and share ideas and make food and like I don't know, play games and like it's almost like this like I thought it was a space of like pure like
We'll get rid of this like and we'll jump right over to here.
You know, like actual like freedom, like pure actual like freedom.
All right, we'll get rid of this and just go to pure.
Actual like freedom is to be pure. Actual like freedom is to be like yourself and stuff. And like circling back to being like bullied and being called subhuman. I was like, this is a place where I'm not fucking subhuman. I'm like everybody else. And everybody else is like.
Oh, hold on, I gotta stretch. Oh. I'm gonna have to work out again today. I finally got back to it 2 days ago. I'm working my way up to being able to run 2 miles without stopping. And, I'm getting there. Maybe I'll push myself a little further today. Why not?
I'm not like everybody else. It's like, I'm not like everybody else, but like, you're just like.
Today is a weightlifting day, so I am going to do that. I guess I'll get started after this stream.
Everyone's like, they're not judging you. They're not calling you things. And that's what I thought straight edge could be, was like this freedom, you know, like, cause like if you're drinking and you're.
I had not worked out in a couple weeks. Wait, it was about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I've never really gone more than 2 weeks without working out since May of 2024 when I started, which is good, but I hurt my wrist. So I wasn't doing anything because I didn't want to make it worse. I lifted up a big merch bin and put it on a high shelf in our practice space, and I was injured. Thankfully, not very bad, but I was injured.
You're like trying to party and like stuff, like you get caught up, like, do I look cool or like whatever. Like, I'm not cool. Like, I never like pretended to be cool and stuff. And like, I don't care. I don't care. I mean, you do.
I used to pretend to be cool. Thankfully, I don't do that anymore. Now I don't care.
Like, I like things, like whatever cool things, but like, you know, like it just wasn't important to me. What was important to me was like being with like people that.
We'll get rid of this like and jump over to here.
People that like.
And we'll get rid of some of this space.
I don't know, cared about each other. And I just feel like that's what maybe I naively thought straight edge was or could be. But there is like, militant straight edge and
Uh,
I don't know, some stupid shit, but I guess I don't, and not that I didn't listen to it or like it or like I love like I don't know, like I said, like I think when we tried to record our first song, like we definitely tried to like mimic Earth Crisis, like 100.
how could you not in the early to mid 90s?
100%. And then like we heard her.
Wait, we can get rid of some of these likes.
100%. And then like we heard.
We can get rid of all this and jump right over to here.
We heard her. We had the 7-inch, the Firestorm 7-inch, and I'm like, man, this just sounds so crazy, and like you wanted that, but like it just not. It's just not a vibe that I want. I don't know. Like I wanted people to be comfortable, like being together. And sometimes I think maybe the way straight edge was at the time,
We can get rid of this. Do we need this?
it kind of
Yeah, probably.
was like cutting people out, and it just wasn't important. That was not the. I didn't want that to be my defining characteristic. And so
We'll get rid of that, and we can jump into this.
I don't know if that necessarily broke us up, but I remember James said to us, like, dude, if you're worried about someone, what did he say? I'm gonna butcher this, but like I remember it blew my mind at the time, but it's like you're worried about someone like maybe breaking X or fucking straight edge, like you got fucking other issues to worry about, dude. There's so much shit more.
I gotta sneeze. Oh, excuse me.
More than that. But for me, like personally, like I like straight edge. Like I think it's great, and like I think there were like bands that had moved on. There's like big bands with guys in the band that are fucking straight edge, and like it suits them, but it's not like they're not being prescriptive about it. And I think that's pretty righteous because like what suits yourself, like you know um
We'll get rid of all this and do this. All right, we're getting close to
and sometimes it takes you a little while to find it. Like we met a guy.
maybe I'll try to go to 2 hours. 2 hour stream? What? What? 2 hours? Yeah, let's see if we can make it. What do you say? Wait, what happened? I like changed the mouse sensitivity somehow. Hold on. My hair is not. There, it's a little better. All right.
We met a guy in LA. He was asking me about being straight edge, but like he wasn't straight edge for a long time. He just became straight edge. Like he might be like.
We can get rid of this like and jump right into this. Maybe I can hit, my goal was what? An hour and 17 minutes? Yeah, I want to get to the hour 17 mark. Maybe I can do that by the time we hit 2 hours. Because I've got other stuff I got to do today. I got to check on the Patreon stuff. I got to make a reel for tomorrow's announcement. I've got to work out. I've got to run a mile.
He might be like mid-30s or some shit. And he's like, so you guys aren't straight anymore? And I'm like, well, no, but like maybe, I don't know.
You know what I want to do? I want to. Do they have like OBS for your phone, like an app? I want to bring the phone with me when I run, and I'll stream me running a mile plus in the neighborhood. That's what I want to do. I'm gonna figure that out.
But like, you know, like how it depends on how you view it. Like I always have capacity for like growing and learning and stuff. Like I love gardening, and like I'm so open to it. And like I don't know, like I just think that's what like straight edge could have been, or could or should be. It's like not closing doors but opening doors, I guess, is the sort of thing. Like like I said, like
What is this?
I was just really lucky with
All right, we can get rid of some of this space, and we can get this and do this and this. All right.
just really lucky with the people I met, and like you know, and just like being able to have capacity to like hear them out, and like, oh, what you're saying is cool. I want that to be part of who I am and stuff. And
All right, we're going for 2 hours. We're going. We're pushing for it. We have to.
I wasn't dismissive or anything like that. And I think that's what straight edge is about, is just about being like lucid and having capacity to like listen to your fellow person. And that's how I've always thought of straight edge. And
I like that idea of straight edge. Listening to your fellow person, because straight edge, because, you know, I came up in hardcore in the late 90s to early 2000s, and straight edge was not an inclusive thing. Hardcore was not an inclusive thing, even. With my friends it was, and I was lucky. But straight edge was like a, you know, I thought of straight edge as the more militant, exclusive thing. If you're not now, you never were, all that stuff. And I like Frail's definition of straight edge better, because it's more like defining who you are personally, and more of an inclusive thing rather than an exclusive militant thing.
I think when we wrote lyrics and like, I don't know, we all live to grow, and
we'll get rid of some of this, we'll get rid of this, we'll get rid of that, and we'll keep rolling.
we really emphasize connection and stuff. Is just like that's what matters. And you know,
We'll get rid of that little thing there.
you know, sometimes, I don't know, you know, it's probably simplistic, like somewhat, like when you think about like drinking, like, I don't know, like someone drinks tequila and they want to fight. Like, like what the fuck, dude? Like, why do you want to get...
See, that's how you know it's funny, because I laughed when he said that in real life right now, and I laughed on the show too. But it is true. Tequila makes you nuts. I don't know if you've ever had that experience, but I have more than once.
get to that state? Like, I can understand, like, if you I can understand, like, if you drink, like, I don't know, like gin, and you just want to laugh and like be goofy and like sit in the
We can get rid of this, and we can keep rolling with this.
sit in the sun, happy days, you know, like whatever it is. But like, I don't know. So but I probably going on tour was really hard as young men. We were all changing, like hormonally, and like I
Maybe I can stream podcast editing during the day and games at night. What do you think?
like I was just, like I'm
Maybe I'll do that.
and like I I was just like I'm super emotional. I was more wait, I'm was way more emotional as a kid. Like would get as a kid. Like
We can get rid of that like and do this and do that.
would get angry and then just like in a second like be like I fucking hate whatever. And then the next second I'd be like falling asleep or the next second I'd be like laughing. You're like it was bananas. Like,
We'll get rid of this little blip here.
you're like it was bananas. Like my hormones were out of control.
Yeah, same. I was like an emotional mess when I was young and even when I was older too. I would say I didn't sand that down and even out a bit until the last 5 years.
And so like I think we were all kind of experiencing that change and you know I think
Get rid of some of the space here.
like when we ended oh I think
We can get rid of this like, I guess, and just do this. Let's see how that sounds, huh?
you know I think when we ended
Here, I'll get rid of the breath. Because I think there's one here.
you know I think when we ended it
Yeah.
was disappointing. I just went on to college you know and I know the other
Wait, there's a little click in there I can get rid of. Yeah, there we go.
you know and I know the other guys
All right, we'll get rid of that too. I'm going really hard with the perfection here, but you know what? You have to.
I know the other guys tried to you know they full reformed and
All right.
did a band briefly and you know I know Mike went on and did other bands and stuff like that and I think it was probably good to stop. I think we
I'm happy that I'm going to be on track with editing. I'll tell you that much. I was like, oh no, am I even going to get this done in time? I was still at 20 minutes this morning. Now we are back on track, just like 10-yard fight.
I think I don't know what we would have if we would have continued. I don't know where we were gonna go. Like, you know, like I know. So we had these like I had this idea. I wanted to write a
Let's get rid of some extra space here.
like a bunch of
2 likes there. We'll get rid of 1. Keep 1. Keep rolling.
like a bunch of songs about activities, like riding your bike and pool hopping, like straight up hardcore songs just about like pool hopping. I don't know what that. I still don't know what that would be. We did write the song about like riding your bike.
It's wholesome. I like it.
Riding your bike with your friends and like it just like because that's all I was like really cared about that shit because I think that matters.
Yeah, we'll
and
keep
it's, like,
that.
just having that sense of freedom. Like I guess it's like I don't know when people like go out and ride motorcycles and stuff like that or stuff. And I just I didn't get my license until I was like 19. So like so I was only can only think about bicycles at the time. But like yeah, I guess I mean it probably played a part, but I also think primarily like we were kids going through some changes and growing up. And then we were also not very good about and we're not always even now, we're like not always good about like talking through some shit. Like, you know, like
We'll get rid of these and we'll jump right into this.
think about it like
Yeah.
think about it like with your partner, like you can
We'll get rid of that. There's commentary I want to do here, but I think I do the same commentary in the interview coming up, so I'm gonna wait and see.
you can like fucking 48 years old. Like I can't can't always communicate with my partner like super like
Communication is still the hardest thing with everyone. I have found it's hard to do it right.
clear with clarity or without like saying something fucking mean or
Yeah, it's hard to come off the right way. It's hard to not fly off the handle or get snippy sometimes. It's especially when you're kids. That's one thing that always surprises me. Or not surprises me because I acted the same way when I was a kid. Bands wouldn't talk about stuff. They wouldn't take a break. They wouldn't be like, let's just take 3 months. They would just break up. Oh, we break up. We don't talk anymore. We never talk again. And I was the same way. I don't know what it is about being young that everybody is like that, but I was not a good communicator. And I'm not always a good communicator now, even.
Stupid. And like when you're a kid, like
We can get rid of this like and just jump into this.
17, 18, like you can barely have it's hard to have a
We'll get rid of one of these like us. And jump into this. Let's see how that sounds.
it's hard to have like a real like
Maybe we can just get rid of all this.
18, like you can barely have a
Get rid of that?
it's hard to have like a real like
Yeah, we'll do that.
thoughtful conversation sometimes without some emotions.
We'll get rid of this.
Some emotions overwhelming you or being
Yeah.
angry or pissed off and shit. And like being on tour together, we were broke all the time. We were hungry.
Hungry and broke all the time will lead to some fights for sure. I can tell you that one from experience.
All the time. like we we smelled. We barely showered, you know, like we'd play these like sweaty.
Get rid of some of the space here. Keep it rolling.
Houses or VFWs or I don't know, we didn't even play any like fucking clubs or anything. Maybe we did, but like you just be dirty and I don't know. So you're probably like in a really difficult. You put yourself in a really difficult space. So like at the end of the tour, you kind of just want to be like, oh.
Let's see what this is.
Like, but we didn't know how to.
Yeah, we'll want that, but we'll take out a little space and keep this flowing into this.
But we didn't know how to not be with each other. But we didn't know how to also, like, we didn't also know how to like fight for each other in a way that's like meaningful. You know what I mean? Because you're a kid. Because you're just
yeah.
Like,
when you're a kid, it's just like nope, it's over. On to the next thing. That's how I was. It sounds like that's how a lot of people are, based on many conversations I've had.
Yeah, like you can't. I wasn't capable of having a good conversation with Mike or Don or Brian or Derek. Even now, like we're better.
We can get rid of this. Like, hold on a second. Oh, there we go.
We're better at it, but we can always be better. You can always be better at conversations. But like, you know, like.
We'll get rid of a little space here.
You know, like you're always learning and shit. Like, but at that time, no way. Like, not at all. And like, I don't even know. And like,
is there anyone who's young who's like an excellent communicator and mature and doesn't freak out and like sever friendships at the drop of a hat? Not me. Not me at that age. There's got to be young people out there who can do all that stuff, right? Like people whose parents taught them to be mature, and there's got to be people out there like that. There has to be.
When we ended, like I think of Frail as like a really intense relationship. I was hurt, sad.
All right, we'll get rid of some space here. Let's see how this flows.
Sad,
yeah.
Probably depressed, and
we'll go with that.
My response was like, "Fuck it, I'm done." And like I walked away, and I had don't know. I vaguely thought about doing another band, vaguely, but like I don't really want to because I didn't really like those are the guys I wanted to be in a band with. And then I remember like Don reminded me of this. I think
Now this is interesting what he's about to say here. I didn't realize this.
like maybe like a year or two after we broke up, we got together at Mike's house and practiced and like thought about like
Get rid of that.
doing it again. And I remember like hanging out with them and I was still like mad. It's 2 fucking years later, you know what I mean? Or a year and a half later, whatever the fuck it was. Like I'm sitting there like angry and I don't even know why when I should have been like, this is great. Like, can't believe we're all back together. But I was like,
That sounds like me. I probably would have been holding on to resentments and not able to do the thing again.
not doing this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's so dumb. But like
So after the first breakup, they actually got back together again and practiced, and we're maybe going to do it again, but didn't end up happening.
I don't know, like even now, like it's just like I think it's just like I don't know, it's really like lucky. I'm like really, really fucking lucky. Like I love like playing shows. Like
I'll get rid of some of these likes.
I love like playing shows. Like I've I've I don't want to say
yeah, we'll just jump over to this.
I don't want to say I forgot how much I like playing shows, but like
We'll get rid of some of this space.
it's always I guess it's always been there and stuff and it's still in within me, but I'm like I think playing shows is like the greatest fucking thing. It's like so much fun.
It
so
is.
much fun. Like whether it's like 10 people or like 100.
Playing shows is the greatest thing. That's what it's all about for me for live music. The recording, the writing, the beating your head against the wall to figure things out, the everything, releasing the record, all the work, everything for me is to get to that first live show. That's my favorite. That's what it's all about for me. There's been plenty of times I've been starting bands and you never get to the first live show and it's very disappointing, but playing live, having it go well, having people see you, having people react positively to it, or negatively even, it's just, that's what it's all about for me.
People, I don't give a fuck. But like, it's just so much fun to get to like.
It's the ultimate release. The ultimate natural release.
Do art or music or express yourself in a way that's meaningful to you. And like, I just think that's really special.
Get rid of that.
To you and like. I just think that's really special and like I'm really grateful like that we even got to like I think last year we played like 20 shows. Like
really?
Yeah, like it's fucking rad.
That
like,
is awesome.
It's so rad and like I don't know, we like played 4 shows in 2026. I hope we
I didn't realize they played that many shows last year. That's cool. My band, I think we played 7 shows in 2025. My goal is to play more than 7 shows in 2026. We've played 3 so far. We've got another one booked that's not announced yet. So, I think we're on track. Hopefully. Wait, we've got 2 that are not announced, so that would push us to 5. So it's definitely possible.
We can do the same or more, you know, like I don't know if there's interest and excitement and everyone like if the band's still excited for it.
When did discussions I'll take out yeah, I'll
When
take that
did
out.
discussions start about coming back and playing again?
And had and had you, I can take out my little mess up there. And had you been in touch with everybody over the years?
So no, I haven't talked. I literally have not talked to anybody in
Really?
in 2024, like maybe the spring or fall of 2024, Mike reached.
I want to say I'm surprised that he hadn't talked to anyone, but I'm also not surprised because I did the same stuff. I would just like cut off relationships and then that would be it.
Out to me. He's like, would you have any interest in like having like our like, so I guess Mike.
Plus, having spent some time with Frail out west, the whole band, and just seeing how good of friends everybody is, it's just surprising to me that Eric was that mad and hadn't spoken to everybody. Because now when I see them together now, it just reminds me a lot of me and my own friends.
Mike might have like contacted Numero or vice versa, and like, would you have any interest of like having our stuff out there? And
all right, we made it to 108.58. 108, there you go. And we're at just over 2 hours on the live stream. Thank you everybody for joining. I might come back tonight. I might come back this afternoon. I don't know. I'm running test streams to lock in the sound and the levels and everything, and I'm going to figure out a regular schedule, and we're going to keep doing this. So, if you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Patreon. We just announced it. There's a new podcast that comes along with the Patreon. It will be exclusive to the Patreon. But the first episode is on the New Scenes feeds and the YouTube channel. I hope you enjoy it. There's various tiers of support and specific benefits that go along with all of them. The Frail episode is going up Monday, and the new episode of the New Scene on Location will be posted on our YouTube channel next Friday, the 27th. So there's all kinds of exciting stuff coming up. Thanks everybody who dropped in. Thanks to everybody